So I want to ask you, can you admit something in your life that you don't feel like you deserve or have earned? Can you admit a goal or a dream that you want to chase, but you're feeling like, nah, I can't?
Everything starts in the mind. And it's time to take the driver's seat in your life. It's time to be the captain of the ship to your destiny. It's time to take control.
I want to know why I do what I do, why I have so much range. Yeah. You're going to make notes and then you're going to click that button on that machine and...
Yeah, for sure.
So, unless you're on a road bike, then fuck you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, they're road bikers.
Yeah.
You guys,
cyclists.
You got motorcycle. I'm talking about motorcycles.
Yeah,
The road bikers.
Good person. I did it because I grew up and I had no money and no food. And when I was 11, somebody came and fed us on Thanksgiving, and I was like, that made me believe strangers care. Strangers care.
Him?
Yeah.
He would have spent, I mean, again, there's deathbed regrets and then there's real life regrets, but there's things that he would have done differently in terms of the business. There's things he would have done differently with his wife. He got
Realest motherfucker out there because I'm the same. No, you're a dumbass. Okay? You're a dumbass and you don't understand, and you've sold yourself and manipulated your own mind into believing that something.
Been very present and aware of my environment as well. You know, being told to look out for these things and make good choices, to be disciplined, to be focused on things.
Achieve that what you wanted to achieve, you will look back at the process and realize that who you became in that season was a lot better than what you achieved.
You know, how do you respond to that? And thinking your way, feeling your way, working your way through those things. On the other side, it's like, you know, I don't know who said the same.
Challenges and about the steps that you have to get through, and because the journey is relatively well narratized, and you can track it step by step, and you've created a kind of a cohesive time for
move, and your parents say no, and you don't make the move, or you're dating a girl because she's socially accepted, you know, by your friend group, she's safe, but like there's always some distance in between you, but you're like, I don't want to risk it.
Terrible information, unless, which is rare, they are willing to tell you why they haven't been able to be successful and be honest about it. But most people aren't. Most people make up stories, figure out what your purpose is, and make it bigger than yourself, much bigger. And by the way, you're going to have to redo your purpose many times over the journey. Think about it, 0%. You should really just understand that those people are going to be the exact same.
Being a superhero is no different. This is the beginning of a long journey for you and me. Along the way, you're going to need to do things you don't want to do or might not think you can do. It's okay to be scared. It's natural to doubt yourself. But if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
Themselves on these stories that are total bullshit about why they never became who they wanted to become, and they will sell themselves so hard.
And I've had to go through that, and I've realized the hardest part is you letting go of that identity.
And reinventing yourself.
And allowing yourself, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, have you ever, like, you know...
you know, you got to understand, the reason that they don't, like, the reason that young people struggle with this at 21 years old is because they don't have
time. I spent a lot of time trying to define them out so that they no longer control me and I know how to solve them. And then now it just becomes a faster and faster muscle. Like, oh, I feel anxiety. That means that I have
swimming with his brother, jumping off the dock. One of the hunters who had never had trouble pruning before, he had never hesitated, but that day he did.
Who you are. And then don't listen to what anybody else from the media to another country tells you, to the UN that tells you what you're supposed to do. Figure out who you are. Don't listen to anybody and follow your actual purpose.
Here's where you can't be happy. Okay? You can't be happy when you have ambition and you have goals and you're poor. If you are poor
and curious and walk towards the how do I make myself better? What are the things that I need, the tools that I need in order to improve myself, the way I think, how do I maximize myself?
Or say this to me right as we sold Gym Launch. He said, Alex, that you know now that if it's not $1 billion, it's not worth your time. And that was such a single...
Gravel at a time, you know, eventually that hole's gonna be open, you know what I'm saying? Eventually it's gonna be open, but just chipping away. And unfortunately, everybody can't be the loudest one in the room.
I'm feeling for myself, I'm feeling for me, and that might be what you're afraid of losing. Let's try it for a second here. What if I told you you could go back and feel like shit as much as you want, it'll never stop, but you don't have to have it be the predominant emotion. She was crazy. And I was 5'1" in high school, believe it or not. I'm 6'7" now. I tell people the difference is, I tell people the difference is personal growth, right? but I had a tumor in my...
Right, that's what we say. See, what's fascinating is fear doesn't announce itself honestly. And here's the insight. If your reasons keep you safe but miserable, they're not wisdom.
We hear what we're saying.
But the conversation you've said with yourself, you've done. How many times do you think you've said that?
Said what?
That, you know, it's hard for me. I
now have a massive bone that I'm chewing on. And if I have 3 days in a row on a long weekend and I have nothing planned and a big cup of coffee and a big ass goal I'm working on, like there is nothing in this world that makes me happier.
You know, go big, Fred. I want you to dream a dream that's way bigger than you think is possible. Because no matter what you dream, it's gonna take work and there will always be doubt. So why not go big? Because friend, if you reach for the stars, even if you don't get all the way, I think.
And you know, it's a place where you can just, you know, it's fair game. You know, it's even playing field. You know what I'm saying? You know, some mindless, you know, kind of, you know, camaraderie with your boys and stuff. You know, it's
like I was leaving. I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like I know those feelings.
Finish that thought. I'm leaving what?
Well, it's almost like I feel like I know those feelings of not feeling good about myself so well.
You can have for everything else that you do in work, because the thing is, when you start working, you start getting in the mood to work, right? Like everything else is procrastinating around the work that you think you should do. But like I have noticed,
most purpose is more burden than glory. And trust me, you never want to be the guy who avoids it because you can't live with the burden.
Anybody on the planet, I love who I am and I love who you made me, and I love the people in my life, and I would never, and I mean this, dude, I would never trade. I would.
The more you do, the more you realize you can do. And so what happens is you're actually, even though you're going pro right now, you're like, dude, next year I'm going pro. Yeah. Because this is now just a minimum standard of, you know, getting into the DUI, the head-on collision, and like that whole situation got me out of all of these failed partnerships that I wasn't willing to do. But in the moment, in my early days, I would spend a very long time in front of a computer telling myself that I was working with very few minutes actually on task. And that's why
we need the yellows and the reds. That's how we evolve. That's how hopefully there's some ascension to our being. That's how we give some credit to time and growing older.
People understanding a little bit of mechanism behind the checklist of things to do is that I do think that when people understand mechanism, it gives them flexibility over the so-called protocols.
These people, 0% of your thought and your energy. 0.
Oh, man. Yeah, I never switched up.
Oh, bro, I've always been the same. Yeah, that's your whole fucking...
For probably the first 2.5 years. I listened back every single time. But at the time, I didn't cringe because I thought that you crushed it. Anybody can go back and listen to episode 1 with Stuart Morton in my old office in Newcastle.
Everybody's got the muscle. If you use it, it grows. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? Yeah. It doesn't ever disappear, though. It just looks like it's not there. But if you demand it, you push it beyond what it's comfortable with. And that's what you're doing right now.
On the gym floor, I'll give you a detail that'll tell you that the stack of undeniable proof was that my first gym was underneath of a parking garage, and so there's these metal dividers in the ceiling.
I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm in competition with myself. I don't care about what anybody else is doing. I don't want nobody else's success. I only want what God got for me.
Love you now.
There you go, and that's your core, brother. I didn't hear you say that on the first one. That's all you really want. It's probably why you do this podcast. It's probably why you make people laugh. Me too, by the way. The whole reason I do what I do is I love people and I love to see people happy because I was...
Your best habit or tool uniquely that you've developed for your body, your mind, and your spirit individually. What have been things that you've done with your coaches in different areas and like thoughtful, like it's also nice meeting that, and I love that this platform is a space that can come out. And we were just talking about that. You were saying that, you know, you've almost been looking for a space where you can share that because you don't do a lot of press.
I don't.
Wanting is not self-pity. You're wanting self-love. You just haven't learned how to give it to yourself. My way of doing that is gratitude. Because when you're grateful, love flows naturally.
Is that a common?
I would introduce somebody, be like, "This is so-and-so. He makes this much a year." Like, so it was just really clear. Like, this is how much status someone has, and so like it was really deep for me. But it was only when I realized
First journey. You know, what is it? Your life is ordinary and everything seems fine, and then something hits you, and it's the call to adventure. It doesn't feel like a call. It feels like somebody in your family's got cancer. It feels.
Well, are you fucking happy? Right? Like, oh, are you happy eating fucking ramen and driving a shit box and living in your shithole apartment? Are you happy?
in and of itself, like what actually makes something hard? So I was like, why can't I habituate to the suck? Right? Why can't I habituate to the suck? And the thing is that you do. The only thing is that what makes the suck keep sucking is what
you never get out of it. I'm not blowing smoke your way. I'm not a bullshitter.
No, I don't feel that, man. I appreciate you saying it. Yeah,
it's the truth.
It's been.
But you got to notice your progress, and you got to stack.
20 years later, we figured out that he'd made his mentor his father figure.
Okay.
And he didn't really put two and two together until just now, and neither did I for him. And he was like, wait a minute, no wonder I'm feeling so much pain.
And by hard, I mean impossible. Now there's no comfort.
You took something and you were a great steward of it, and you should feel good about that. And those of you that have never eaten.
Ones you regularly feel, whatever good feelings.
The average emotions in a positive week.
Positive. So what are some ones you feel in a week?
In a week? I feel
at least once a week.
Okay, any emotion?
Positive. Start
Go to a cryptocurrency conference, you'll feel like, oh crap, I didn't do this. And if I sit with a group of actors, I'll be like, oh man, I should have started. Like, you're always gonna feel the deficiency of the trend that.
Partner, the hunter who pruned the boy when you couldn't.
Things worked out fine for her. She actually became a judge. You know, fuck your motivation. You need discipline.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. You're tired? Do it anyway.
Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right.
The greatest version of you is not the I can do anything version of you. The greatest version of you is the this.
No matter how bad things are for you right now, it could be a lot worse. Okay? So even if you're at rock bottom, you're not really at rock bottom, bro. It could be.
Let me just tell you something. Those are not your friends. You know, and you're not going to abandon those parts of yourself. You're going to find these other parts of yourself that need to be in charge.
Shit, man. So I just want to let you guys know that because I've been getting lots of questions about it.
Midlife crisis.
No. It's something I've always been into.
either the people that you're worried about judgment are going to die, or that you're going to die, or that even if you do achieve the thing, they won't care anyways. Or if you don't do anything, they won't.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, you pick. Yeah, we good. Dude, you've been amazing today. I've got a few more questions I want to ask you before I let you go. This question is like, what has been a lesson you wish you learned earlier in life?
It feels good in the moment, but then it lowers your energy and your blood sugar, everything, right?
Same for self-pity?
Self-pity, same thing. Now your energy, think about it. Self-pity, if you're in self-pity right now, 0 to 10, 10 is total high energy, 0 is no.
So you got to have the purpose. You got to be grateful for where you are, like I explained, and then you've got to be able to be disciplined. And if you could combine those.
Most people. Watch this. What's an emotion that if it became the dominant emotion of your life, one or two, it would get rid of those negatives like they would have any power over you?
Nights to get the skill to produce the outcome. You see the difference, right? And so if you really want to know what a winner or loser breaks down to, I heard Andrew Huberman say this really well, and I think
blaming them for my life, blaming them for not being a better person. I literally blame them for being a bad person. And I remember realizing that when I blamed them,
I feel like that part of me became such my work that I haven't had as much free time to be that as I would like to.
On your own, okay, cool. Well, so those are the positives. What are the negatives you feel in an average week?
You know, you shoot movies and you're doing things, you're walking out, you know, there's you hear stories of people that just can't get a break sometimes. And for whatever reason, it could be from stepping.
And treat every day as game day, you'll never be ready for game day. The most intentional individuals
every practice, Michael always said, I practice so hard so that
some part of you eventually goes, why don't you move? You know, it's like, why don't you move?
A lot of Vietnam's like that, it floods. New Orleans is like that, it floods.
New Orleans like that. So here's why don't they move? Because it's home. It's what they know.
Okay, come to me in 10 years or 5 years when you're making a few $1 million a year and you think you're Elon Musk, and I'll tell you you're an arrogant fuck. That's right. But that's coming from me. That's coming from someone who's...
I know that things don't just happen. It's not just luck. You know, you have to create that luck. You have to will it into existence. And I want you to know that I am always rooting for you. I'm rooting for all of you.
People that create the fabric and support of the actual community. So when you run the company that way and you do it...
They're living with them, but they're going to be worse than other ones. So what is the difference between I need to have a difficult decision, I need to have a difficult conversation with my boss about leaving to go and do this thing, or I need to, that's...
You know, it's like it's almost like it wouldn't, if I wrote on the wall of myself, I'm proud of you, it wouldn't even fucking show up on the wall.
What emotion would you feel if you saw that?
What's up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to another reality. Guys, today we have Q&A up. That's where you
figure out how to set up a podcast and where do I host this thing, and then you're going through this and you're like, is this even worth it? Because you have no signs of success, right? But if there's anything that you can take away from what we're saying right now, and that book will show you how to get everyone to know about your stuff. And the reason I made the event as big as I did was because I used every advertising method in the book to advertise the book itself. So offers was an example of a Grand Slam offer. Is how do you make something so good everyone feels stupid saying no, which is the sub.
Getting this job and traveling to this place and experiencing these things and coming back home with these experiences and not having a lot of people who could. It's good, man. It's good, and I'm proud of it.
Congratulations. Thanks, man.
Now we know a hell of an entrepreneur, and there are people like that, but it gets rarer. For sure.
That are right above my threshold, and continuing to do that to like lift the weight, to build the muscle, to break it down and do it over and over again, because like that's what creates the character traits that are the man that I want to be. And so when I'm going through
control of their reactions and control of their ideas, and then there's people who choose not to take control of their minds.
Okay.
Because every time you say that, you're rewiring it back into your body over and over. It's a story. It's like there's an old phrase that says, tell a lie big enough, loud enough and long enough.
Progressions or continuums allowed me to make progress on them simply by giving myself more proof or one more penny on the scale that says I'm a little bit more patient than I was.
You learn nothing from success. Nothing. You learn everything from the failures. And this is the thing that annoys me about the state that the world is in at the moment, is no one talks about failure anymore. It's like shame. Like failure is shame, and it's like, oh, let's just bury that and not talk about it. No one goes, oh, what do we learn from this? Whereas with success, everyone shouts about it, but there's nothing in success. Success happens from failing.
They only understand that part of the capitalism and entrepreneurship, and then they get fooled by the people that fucking lead them.
Could be, you know, it just like, is follow that more, maybe?
I love that, man. This is the other one.
This is dope.
A lot of people think that they need to fix their conditions in order to get like the perfect conditions before they start. But the perfect condition is whatever one you're in, because it gives you whatever assets you have. That's the cards that you're dealt. And so you just play the hand. And a lot of people,
since the right social conversations are being had for us to have these platforms and speak and be successful the way we are, you know, you gotta do it. First, you know, litmus test is the first kind of line of defense, you know, that I have of like the energy's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that you feel on par.
In my 11th year, I made $180,000, and I thought I was rich. And then the year after that, I made 7 figures, and I've never made less than that since then. Okay, so it's not real. It's not a real concern.
They're gonna fuck up the floors.
It's not a real concern. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Yeah. By the way, all the things you're afraid of, they're gonna happen anyway. Yeah. Okay, but every time
you sound so, when I see you talk about your family, and for those of you watching, you can see it on Mike's face, but there's so much joy and there's bliss and there's like a happiness when you're looking back on that time. Like I can see it's a.
I hope she did. Like, if I was well-fed, you really think I'd be trying to feed a billion, not a billion people, I'm trying to feed 100 billion people. You think I would be spending my time doing that if I was a well-fed kid? I don't think so. If she had been the mother I wanted, I wouldn't become the man I'm proud of.
World that doesn't have any dads. We do that for a very simple reason. I never want you to think what I'm saying is being personal.
But you're dealing with everybody. But there's a feeling of, you know, I don't mind on a Sunday everybody at my house watching the game.
Beats the shit out of you every single day, and it's like I'm letting him down if I don't want to beat the shit out of me, right? It's like, oh no, I got to be there for him because I got to be there so he can beat the shit out of me all the time, right? Yeah. That's pretty much what it's happening.
But all learning is anti-forgetting. How do we know this? Because if you have people read a passage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times versus one time and they self-tell.
I love you guys, you know, like you have those moments when you get older, you know, that you just can't really have that perspective when you were a kid. And I think, you know, I was very mischievous, you know, as well. And I think.
All right. I'm just talking about deer. If anyone I'm just talking about deer. I'm not saying this is what it should be, but the point that I wanted to make was not, I think, where everyone thinks I'm going with this, which is that
you get up in the morning, what are you going to do today? I'm going to win today. Well, just by saying that you're going to win today, you ain't going to win today. It's a jungle out there. See, most of us, we come out to compete every single day. The jungle comes to win because the jungle is always prepared.
It's an elusive construct of reality, a fabric of our imagination. And you sober up to reality and focus on the input of what can you do today, right now.
Lucky, because I asked you that question. The other question was, what's his type? So,
I like that. I like that. I like that question. I like that.
That one, you like that better?
No.
Person that lives in a state of equanimity. So I ask you again, what are you inputting? In your mind, in your ears, through your eyes?
Telling you who and what you are, you know, learning how to live. You know, growing up in it, like, and it's so wild. I've been doing this for 25 years straight, you know, and
so it didn't surprise me after I got to know him that he was the only one that actually was like, hey, let me see what this is about. So he invited me into the house. I sat.
Formidable. That is above average. That is unique to him, and it gave me a healthy chip, you know. So. And for the people who are listening who
become committed to the decision until they remove the other options, and then you're forced to take action on it. And so I think actually defining those two different things. Now you could define, you know, decision as to kill off, like decadere from Latin, but
can't think the way that they think because their thoughts are inside the box. Their thoughts are, I'm just going to work to get to the evening, to get to my Netflix shows.
And so yeah.
You should do a blooper reel. you should do a blooper outtake reel of those moments. You have your team catch you in these little moments, and you should put one out. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. I think
Leaving your body in a public place as long as it's through your eyes is not a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, huh? Yeah. Don't ask.
That's right. But
look back. These will be the golden years, right? When I had my health, I had my full mental capacity, I had control of my bladder, I had all of the money that I needed to do the things that I wanted to.
I got sick, I got pneumonia, and for the first time in 14 years, I missed a significant amount of work. I missed
multiple partners. And I said I had a partner in one of my gyms. I had a partner in 4 other gyms. I had a partner in a chiro and dental marketing agent.
I think I'm embarrassed sometimes.
But all those emotions are old habits. They're just habits. Yeah. So I understand that. And by the way, when you feel embarrassed or you feel these negative emotions.
Yeah.
Guys, we prune around here, and we don't choose the timekeepers.
The timekeepers,
they're the ones
yes,
that have that
dictate the proper flow of time, yeah, and they're busy untangling the epilogue from its infinite branches. I